Hey cousins, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia J, and I'm the host of the Sunday Reset podcast, where I have episodes posting on Sundays, and I talk to you guys about things all faith and self-care related. And I'm so glad that you came to spend a couple of minutes to be with me here today. I promise you I will not be long because I have a very short message that I wanted to give to you guys. It's been resonating with me for like the last week. As always, I see that you guys are glowing and growing, and I love this look on you. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So today we're going to talk about the scripture, which is coming from Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7, and it says, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he." And I know you're like, what in the world does that mean? Especially taking out a context of the actual, like, full scripture and chapter. It's like, what does that mean? And where are you going with this? So for this week, I wanted to talk to you guys about the impact of like your thought process. Who you think you are, you will be. It's plain and simple. If you think you're a brokey, you're gonna be a brokey. Like, you're just openly manifesting your destiny when you think like that. So a couple of things I want to and you guys aren't broke, but I was just using that as an example. But as we think about this episode and like what that scripture actually means, I want to break that down really quickly for you guys. And I just want you guys to leave down in the comments below, like, who do you think you are destined to be? One of the first things I want to put out there is that for me, like when I think about like everything this year that I've had to overcome and really go through, one of the main things that I thought about is the fact that God has already made my path and that I just have to live through it. I'm learning these lessons along the way, of course. However, the negativity of, oh, I just can't get through this, or I just can't see the end, or the means to the end, or the point of this. A lot of times those voices come in my head, and the way that I can combat that is just reminding myself that, number one, God's not going to put any more on my plate than I can bear. That's number one. Number two, my beginning and my ending had already been created before I even set foot on this earth. Meaning that everything that I'm going through right now, God has already created that solution, and I have to get through that chapter. So I have to have trust and faith that He's going to do that. But to not make my chapter even harder or more difficult than what it already is, in the fact that, or in the context of the fact that the mental anguish that you may be experiencing, you don't want to add fuel to the fire by doubting where God is going to take you, or doubting the abilities that God has given you to be able to come through that situation. So one of the main points I want to get across here is that the devil knows some things about you, what God has destined for you. And a lot of times our mental space is really like that battleground that we have to fight spiritually every day to really find that joy and that peace and that passion to continue to do what God has called us to do. And so for me, I really think that something that really helped me through the last year is just reminding myself of a few things. If I think it's hard right now, the first thing I want to do is pray. But the second thing is I remind myself that I am who I think I am. I'm God's child. And not being cocky, but it really does build that inner character, and it really fuels my personal fire, because I'm like, if God was down here right now, would He be pleased with me? I'm not too sure, right? I want to be on that good side. I want Him to know who I am. I want Him to, tell me well done when it's all said and done. But reaching out to him rather, in prayer, and just continuing to speak positivity over my life, even though it may be a tough time. Like, maybe I have too much at work that I'm dealing with or something like that, and I don't really see the end to that deadline or something. Or maybe I'm just dealing with, a friendship, issue or something like that, and it's not something that I want to lose, but, I'm just trying to navigate through that. It's a lot of things that could be going on that, you may be dealing with, and you don't really feel like anyone really understands you. You may not feel like it's even worth your time or your energy, or you may not even understand the point of your life at this point. But I'm here to let you know that you are who you think you are. If you want to, I don't know, be famous, or you want to be a superstar, you want to have, a nice house, a nice car, you want to be taken care of, I don't know, whatever you want, you need to ask God. Because number two, the second thing that I want to tell you is the alignment part is key. Not only do you need to think positively about yourself, because why would you want to wish bad on yourself? The second thing is, when you pray, you always want to say if it's an alignment to you, or you want to say, according to your will, you want to be in alignment with God. Things go a little bit smoother when you're not fighting against the grain. Because again, like I said, your purpose is already determined. He's giving you that purpose. It's up to you to find yourself through this process we call life and faith. So that was the main one, the mental battleground. And I am here to tell you guys that I am, even though I speak positively all the time, now, I'm not going to say 100% of the time, but I do try to be a little bit more conscious about that, because that's real. Back in the day, not even too far ago, I literally used to talk bad about myself, oh, I can't do this, or I'm just not good enough to do that, or I'm just so stupid for making these mistakes, and nobody else makes mistakes like this, and I'm never going to be able to do anything. And honestly, when I sat in that, I felt like I sat in that situation longer than if I would have believed in the fact that God had my back at all times. Believed in the fact that, again, the abilities that I have, that he's given me would have been able to get me out of that situation if I would have just paused and processed the emotions that I had, acknowledged them, but then encourage myself and the fact that I actually can do this, because anyone can do anything through Christ that strengthens them. I think that really resonates with me, and I just wanted to give out this little quick message, because I've been talking to a lot of my friends recently, and in confidence, of course, but I'm finding myself encouraging them a little bit more, and just bringing that out of them, that positivity. They've stopped me multiple times, Alicia, don't even try it, don't even try to say anything right now, I'm gonna fix that. So I love that, because it's you don't even have to talk negative on you. People are going to talk about you regardless, right? There's already negativity coming your way. Don't add anything else to that, because who else is going to root for you? If nobody else is going to root for you, you need to root for you. And you need to be in charge of your success. God is going to get you there if you just trust him. Don't say I trust you, God, and then in the same instance, I don't know how I'm going to see myself out of this. Because it may be that you don't need to know how you're going to see yourself out of this. You just need to trust him that he is going to see you out of this. So I hope that this has resonated with some people. I hope that makes some sense. I know I kind of spat that out really fast, but I did want to at least post today. And then I got some new episodes for the new year. I'm gonna try to be consistent and post every single week. But that's not the that's not the point. The point I'm trying to say is hopefully you got what you needed from that. Really at the end of the day, like I said, you need to speak positively on yourself, on your life, on the people that you love, because our minds are like really, I feel like, the biggest battleground that we have, that the enemy loves to take advantage of. You see negative comments online all the time. You hear people talking about you. Rumors love to spread like wildfire. And people honestly preying on your downfall. Don't add to that. Speak positively in your life. I love this look on you guys always. You're glowing and you're growing. And I will see you next time. Bye.